Hello. Hope you guys can hear me. Welcome to the Julie Flynn Strong channel that Julie and I developed primarily for our three boys. As most of you know, and those of you who are new, thank you. Please like and subscribe. My boys want to grow this channel. So this channel is built to help the boys heal, and also a video library of what videos we could get of mom on video, of course. Some nice little cute videos that they could look back at mom and maybe one day down the road show their future wives or even their babies our grandbabies. Just a little glimpse of who she was. And unfortunately, we did not get many videos of her. This is her channel. She's not introverted at all, but she's not extroverted like me. I would start a conversation where she might join in, of course. But anyway, she would have loved what it's become, and she would love to see where it's headed. So I'm here to help motivate, inspire, use my story to let people know you're not alone. A lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us are going through some major loss in life. Whether you just got out of a 5-year relationship, 20-year relationship, maybe you lost your baby or got divorced and you put your heart and soul into it and really did try, and now you're at the end of your rope. A lot of us are grieving. So, and there's hope, right? There's hope in tomorrow. Sometimes I don't feel it. Sometimes I think that's a bunch of crap. And that's because I am human, right? So, anyway, by helping you folks focus on what's important, that does help me a lot. Having 3 boys helps me focus on what matters most, get grounded. And of course, you know me, I'm a man of faith. You don't have to be. I hope you are. I hope you know the Lord Jesus, because he's the one, he's the truth, the way, and the life. And there's no one that gets to the Father God but through Jesus. So that's biblical. Anyway, I do want to share that too. I don't go on about religion that much, a fair bit. That's not the point. If I can help point someone that direction, though, that is not a bad thing. And Julie would love that. In fact, she'd be ecstatic. Because I have not shared my faith with nearly as many people as I should have at this point in my life. So I'm going through a lot these days. I know you are. You might have just gotten fired today or a few months ago, and you're still trying to look for that next thing. My heart goes out to you. I feel that. Discouraged. What the hell are you going to do now? Right? I'm with you. And that's where faith. You got to develop it. You got to find it if you don't already have it. Because it'll get you through. It really will. Somehow, some way. I apologize for the occasional ding. I might get a phone call interruption, so but I just want to let you know I'm here for you, at least in spirit, right? I can't call everybody that would like me to call them, but play this video back a few times if need be, because you're enough. You really are. Do you think I think that about myself? Not much. But then I remind myself whose I am. I'm definitely Julie's, but she's passed on. But first and foremost, I'm the Lord's. He is mine. He created me. He's my identity. Then it goes from there. And when things don't work out, it can be a swift kick in the heart, and it hurts, and it will hurt when something doesn't work out, like a new job or a new relationship, new girlfriend, new boyfriend, whatever you're dealing with. It can be excruciating. But you got to focus on your health. And if your health is awesome, then work on your resume. What can you do to better your resume? Can you volunteer? Can you take a course or a certificate class, something? And if your resume is pretty awesome and you're on LinkedIn and you're pretty sharp, you're making 200 grand a year, you probably won't be watching this video. But you might stumble upon it. And I'm just here to encourage you as well. Because just because you might have a great body and a great resume doesn't mean you got all your stuff together. You might be wrapped up in image and vanity, and you need to put that aside and get humbled quick. Not by me. I'm not your judge. I don't know you. But by the one who made you. So, like I said, we're all going through something. So, Sunday was great. Mother's Day was awesome. I woke up in a good mood, sang my praise and worship in my bedroom by myself, like I always do for 10 years now, for at least an hour, sometimes 2. Then I get showered and cleaned up and go to church with the kiddos. And we had a great Sunday, great lunch with the grandparents. It was amazing. Thank you. If you guys ever see this, boys, you were there obviously. Didn't we have a good lunch that day? It was amazing. Big full table, packed. We sold out Grandma's house, didn't we? The dining room. Those memories won't be lost on me. They won't. So that was a good day. Mother's Day was a beautiful day. However, 3 o'clock rolled around, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And my mind went to a totally different place. My heart was taking a beating. And I have to learn how to take captive those moments to not allow that to happen. Easier said than done, right? You know what I'm talking about. Pulling yourself out of that rut, that grief. And it might have been about Julie, but I don't think so. I think it was about something else. But doesn't matter what it was. When you're in it, it hurts. And here's the hard part. I don't know about you ladies. You might wrestle with this too, but us guys, we like to fix things. We're fixers. We are great intentions, but sometimes we need to just stop. Settle down. Breathe in the moment. Try to relax. Yes, of course, pray. Of course. But sometimes you have to stop even then. And then maybe pick up some prayer after you really calm yourself. We're talking like you can hear the electricity in your home humming. Get yourself to a place where you just breathe. Try to get yourself off that emotional wall where you're not letting your feelings run amok, because feelings are important, 100%. But we can't let those run our day, or else none of us would get anything done, right? If anyone can relate to that, please say something positive in the comments. Say you could relate. Let us know where you're from. We love that. The boys love those lovely, lovely, lovely folks that we might be related to. I'm joking. From Ireland, for example. We'd love to hear where you're from. In 1 or 2 sentences, you can just bullet point. Just tell us what you're going through, and I'll pray for you. I will. And it sounds so cheesy. I get it. I don't care anymore. I used to care about that when I was 19. I used to care what people think. 18, 20, I don't care. I'll pray for you. I'd be happy to. Let me know your first name, what country you're from, and a brief sentence or 2 or 3, whatever, in the comments, and I'll pray for you. Because we're going through something, and it's heavy, especially these days. So today, it's almost over. I'm going to put on my hideous readers. If you want humor, you got nowhere to go but look right here. Okay? Focus. These things are horrible. It's only 11:19 that night, which is ironic because that's, of course, Julie's birthday. I don't look for meaning in every single time I look at the clock, but I tend to always look at birthdays, other people's birthdays too. Anyway, I digress. We had a really good day today. Today is my birthday. I made it another year. Alone. Now, my boys, if you ever see this down the road in the future, you prevent that extreme loneliness, but you're young men, you're my sons, who I adore. You know that. 100%, I love you. But it's different when you don't have the intimacy of a partner. So, that being said, she's gone. And we can't bring her back, can we? No. And again, whether it's a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you have that loss of a breakup, or your wife passed away, or both, or whatever you're going through, right? Wink, wink. It ruins you. It does. It devastates you. Just because you're a believer in the Lord doesn't mean you're not going to go through trials or heartache. You do. But you have to focus on what's important. And if you don't know what it is, you need to take a day. Slowly but surely throughout the day, really focus. And it shouldn't take more than a day. Might take a few. That's fine. There's no rules. Figure out who you really are. And if you've lost sight of that, like I said, take that day or two or three to get back to who you are, or at least write down on a list of who you were before that relationship, whether it was just 3 months ago or almost 20 years ago. So this year's anniversary will be hard, not because I'm speaking it out like that into existence, but this October would have been Julie's and my 20th anniversary. And I'm big on round numbers, 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever. A lot of people are, right? And so, it's been rough. So, strength can come from within, and I find it from the Lord. Some of you might find it from yourself, but eventually you're going to need extra strength. And that's where the Lord can provide. He really can. And faith is believing in that when you don't want to, when it feels yucky and it feels like crap. But exercising your faith in those moments when it's hard and painful is where your faith shines. And it's evident to yourself. Man, yesterday, wow, for 3 hours, I was in the dumps. I was brutal. You know what I mean? I was really whiny, I was really kind of pathetic or whatever. That's when those moments of faith gets you out of those. But then you can look back just a day ago, a week ago, a year ago, and say, I am so much stronger than I think. Or you're strong and it reconfirms it. Like with me, that's kind of my normal assessment. Pretty strong, pretty even keel, not too emotional. Can I be? Of course I can. I'm very empathetic. I tend to put myself in other people's shoes. Too much so. And so when you're going through loss, and these videos are based on loss, and there's so many different levels you can get into that. But I'm here to encourage. Clean the house, clean the room, clean the garage, clean the basement, clean your shoes. Go do your wash. You might have just done it 3 or 4 days ago, but you could probably do a small wash, and then I want you to fold it, and then I want you to put it away. Not just wash it and then let it sit there in the washer for hours. Who's guilty of that? And then if it's been in the wash for too long, what do you have to do? You got to plop in another pod, run it again. Because you don't want that mildew smell or whatever that water. Yeah, you got to do it again. Don't do that yourself. You deserve better. Put forth that effort, this much, and you'll get back so much more. And that's something to really, really celebrate. So today's my birthday, and I said to the boys, we're in a small town. Buffalo Wild Wings is here, which is great. But but we're kind of sick of all the things around here. And I was getting kind of down, to be honest, very down. And then the underlining below all that, when you're down or you're upset or you're going through maybe a disappointment or what else? You could be going through a myriad of things, right? Doesn't have to be disappointment. Could be anything. Then there's the grief of the wife not being with you that you're used to having. That just adds on top. Boy, that's rough. That's an avalanche of emotions. And it was hard. But by the grace of God, I kind of got over it. And I decided, okay, the boys love Applebee's. It's about an hour away. We've never been to this town. We've never been there, ever. And we've been here for what? Almost 10 months? And it's only an hour. And I wasn't feeling like driving that right now. I'm still healing with eyes, right? They're doing better. Both of them, actually. Even the bad detached retina. But it's not, I could never drive with this eye. I don't think. But I can see the screen better now. I can actually see a few things better today. I could probably walk down the street with this eye, maybe. Probably not. But 2 weeks ago, a month ago, I probably couldn't. In the left eye used to be amazing, 2020. And this last year and a half, it's been 2050. So still not bad, but not great. So anyway, you do what you got to do and you work on your health. I haven't drinking this much water. And I got a friend to thank for this, by the way. It's a long story that I will not get into, but it made me reassess some things real quick. And I've been averaging 90 ounces of water minimum for the last 10 days. And 90 ounces low and 100 ounces of water high. So I love my Propel. Oh, not bad. And that, by the way, was a paradigm shift. It wasn't strong-willed. It wasn't any of that stuff. I had a shift in thinking, and that was powerful. And so I'm going to ride that to the bank for the next 20 to 30 years of my life, not just on water. And so I'm taking charge of a lot of things in my personal life that I can control. I can't control how all you feel or think. I can't control what anyone feels about me or themselves, nor what I want to, right? Free will is a gift, and everyone has that freely. So I got to focus on me. And I'm going to teach my boys every day how to be resilient, deal with disappointment, how to pick up them socks and lift up their heads when they're down and realize no one's rejection of you, for example, whether it's a date or whether it's an application you got, denied, just rejection can be very destroying. But you can also let that help form you and mold you into something beautiful, not out of spite. That's not good. That's what I would call a dark heart, right? A dark space. You don't want to go there because that'll burn bright for a week, maybe a month or two if you really are pretty resentful, right? I almost went that road, by the way. I could have, but I knew that kind of bad energy would not energy because that sounds new agey, but you know what I mean. That bad vibe would burn out because I'm not that kind of guy. I would go back to being a soft, sweethearted guy. So it's got to be deeper than that even. That's more on the surface. It's got to be like this voice that just snaps and says, nope, we're making these changes as of right frickin' now. No going back. Period. And there's liberty in that. There's power. And there's freedom. And then you can also let your shoulders down and breathe. Because it's the responsible, mature thing to do. So just know that you're loved out there. And I'm feeling it today. I've had a lot of friends on Facebook wish me some awesome thoughts and well wishes. I can't believe 3 or 5 of my high school friends from Canada wrote me. Love you guys. Every single one of you that messaged me or commented, I love you. I thank you. And I miss you. Haven't seen you in 20, 30 years. Yeah, 25, 30 years. That goes a long way with me. It's not lost. We've had good times and I hold those dear. And that's what we have to do. Do whatever you got to get through the day. Hold on to a memory. Enjoy those memories. Be blessed that you have those memories, good or bad, even if it later on was painful. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be hard. It's going to be work. Life is that. We're all works in progresses, right? But it's worth it in the end. You are definitely worth it. 100%. I'm just laughing because today I've had a couple comments from some people that know me very well and love me. They just help me exhale. And these are people that have known me for years that I'm talking about. Okay. And my sister, she messaged me. That was amazing because she's all I got left. I used to have 3 sisters. I got 1 now. I used to have a mom who I miss dearly, even though we didn't talk very often, maybe twice a year, 3 times a year. And a dad. He had my back. We always had a big tiff, big argument once every 3 to 5 years, but we were very close. We talked at least twice a week in the mornings at 6 a.m. Loved it. And I think he did too. Loved my chats with my daddy. Miss him dearly. And now I'm 51 years old. When did that happen? Like, what? So I might shave all this off tomorrow. I'm a fair-skinned boy. I burn easily. I don't tan sexy at all. Nothing about me is sexy, ever. Never been that guy. But this has been for 2 weeks. This has meaning. And like I said, I might shave it tomorrow. I might shave it next week. I might let it go. Beard, anti-beard, any suggestions? Am I trying too hard? Is it too scruffy, too scratchy? Probably, right? You're allowed to let me know. If you're nice, be nice, but let me know. But my one boy thinks it looks awesome. Well, I think they all do. They're like, Dad, you look thinner. Your face doesn't look like a baby face. They've said a lot of funny things tonight that just touch me. Like, they're just sweethearts. Love those boys. Anybody that comes into my life, and there's nobody at all. If anyone is to come into our lives, that lady will be extremely blessed. Not because I'm so great, because I'm not. I'm decent, but my boys would bless them so much. And I can say that with a cocky attitude because I'm biased 100%. And there I go saying 100% again, so I apologize. I'm aware, trust me. But no, they're just beautiful boys. Period. They're just awesome. So, to that future person, if you ever see this down the road, you're welcome. And I don't mean to sound pretentious by any means, but you're welcome. And they would be blessed by you. I almost said it. They would be blessed to have you in their lives. So hopefully down the road that might happen, but I don't see it. So if it does, then it's a God thing. I'm done. I'm not worrying about that stuff at all. I'm gonna focus on me and the kids. I want you to focus on you. You might be helping out your mom and dad. You might be helping out your siblings, and you're working your tail off. You got to carve out an hour a day, at least an hour. That's all yours. Where you can breathe and walk and stretch. Something. Be productive for you, because you're worth it and you need it. Because you can't be burning the candle on both ends and exhausting yourself. It's not worth it. And you'll only do your family hurt and pain, detriment, because then they might lose you. You might have a stroke. You might be down for 10, 20 days or longer or worse. And we don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. I don't, not for my worst enemy. I really don't. So, like I said, leave a comment. I love you. I'll pray for you. Let's help grow this channel. Okay, let's get the Julia Flynn Strong channel going. And just know that those who know me know that I'm praying for them, and I'm praying for some specific people right now in my mind. And I don't know if I've got the liberty to share who, and that's fine. Doesn't matter. But I just got a lot of people on my heart that I'm praying for. So I'm going to shut this camera off, pray for you, and hope you have a great rest of May 2025. Make it your own and put your own little mark on it. And at the least, hug somebody you know. Just hug them. Let them know, because you don't know what day is going to be your last. I don't care if you're in the best shape ever, or you're in my shape, or you're working on yourself, or somewhere in between. Because I know a lot of people that are a lot worse off than me. I walked today a mile, and I haven't done that in about a year and a half. I used to walk 2-3 miles, no problem, just 3 years ago. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not in that bad of shape. I know I might not look like it, right? But I walked today with no problem. That's a huge win for me. Maybe I'll get to 2 miles here in a couple months, but you know what? I'm just going to rock 1 mile a day every day, 5 days a week minimum. And I can be proud of that. So you find something that you can be proud of. And if you are doing well and you're not hurting, but you're just watching this to support the boys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And maybe pray for someone at work you don't want to pray for then. Maybe I can motivate you to do that. All right. I'm going to stop talking eventually, one day. I don't know when, but I'm going to let you go. Have a lovely sleep. Be blessed. Sweet dreams. And I'll catch you guys later on another Julie Flintstrong episode. All right, guys. Bye.